Noyzi! Come here, Noyzi! Today is March 20th. And March 20th has now become a day of infamy for us. As y'all know, in 2020, that was when the whole COVID nightmare started in earnest. That was the day that the world locked down. But for us, it was also a day that we tried and failed to adopt a dog from a German rescue. And the dog's name was Johnny, and he was from Sardinia. He was a hunting dog. And we had lost our dog Zane a few months prior. He had lymphoma, and normally when we lose a dog, we get one soon after, but in Germany it's not as easy for many reasons, which I mentioned the other day. I'm not going to get into that now. But the upshot was we had tried to adopt a dog named Johnny from a German rescue, and we were going to go up to get him. He lived in Hamburg with a host family where he was thriving. Unfortunately, the day that we were going to go up there was the day that we got an order from my husband's command that we could not leave the city where we live. So we asked the rescue what we could do. Could we come and get him after the lockdown ends? And they said no. They said they couldn't hold him for us. So what they would do is send us the dog in a pet taxi. And we assumed that would be all right, because Germans are pretty serious about safety and responsibility and liability. People here usually have insurance, and you're not allowed to drive your dog unrestrained here. Your dog has to be in a crate, or they have to be in a seat belt, which is basically just a harness that hooks into the seat belt so they can't interfere with driving. The pet taxi that they proposed to hire had a website that had an extensive section about safely transferring animals. Double leashing them, putting them in a box. So we assumed that it would be all right, and we agreed. And the woman brought this dog to us that we had not had a chance to meet in person. And it was about 7:30 in the morning. She told us she'd been driving for 17 hours. For some reason, this woman decided, in spite of what was on the website, in spite of the fact that the host family had sent a leash and a harness with Johnny, she didn't have him in the harness. And she took him out of the van before we'd even had a chance to say hello to him. He never had even a chance to sniff our hand. She put him down on the ground with no collar, no harness, and she used one of those lasso leashes that you see at vet offices. She went to put it over his head. He backed away and ran away. And we live very close to the Autobahn, so you can guess what happened. It was absolutely horrible. However, these things sometimes turn out for the better. And you might have seen Noyzi. He's right over here. If we hadn't lost Johnny, we wouldn't have Noyzi. And Noyzi is very, very special. Well, I tried to make a video earlier, like I said. It was just too long. It was too personal. And there was no sense of fun in it, really. And I think people kind of like it when I pull out the guitar, even though I suck at playing this guitar. And I'm not very good at singing and playing at the same time. However, I feel like pulling out a song out of my ass. Mangy Fetlocks I'm not, but why not?
March 5 years ago, our hearts were shattered so whoops, because of a dog named Johnny. We just wanted to give him a home, give him no more reason to roam. Maybe rename him Johnny with a G. COVID locked us down, we couldn't leave our town, so we agreed to let him come to us by cab. That decision wasn't magic, the end result was tragic. Johnny ran away and left us feeling sad.
It's an understatement. Have to scroll.
Things happen for a reason, so after a season, welcome another dog into our lives. Say hello to Noyzi, sweet street dog boy is he, and with us he and Charlie live and thrive. Sometimes bad things happen for a reason. Sometimes all you gotta do is wait for a season. Sometimes bad things turn out to be just fun. So today on March 20, 2025, if you're feeling like the unalive, let me offer you some wisdom. I have mind. Tough times don't last. Someday the shit'll be in the past, and every day that passes, it's more true. I know it's hard to wait, but each day you can celebrate and masturbate. Someday it'll all make some sense to you.
Well, that was fun, and I truly did just pull that out of my ass. I did write the lyrics first, but I did not make any of the melody, and perhaps if I spent more time on it, it could be a real song. But I'm feeling kind of goofy today. The weather is nice, and I'm tired of screwing with this video. So, that's what you got today. Take what you will from it. And again, I want to say, as awful as it was to lose Johnny, because he really was an adorable dog, and I think he would have been happy here. I also believe wholeheartedly that we were meant to have Noyzi, because Noyzi is very happy here, and he was stuck in Kosovo. And now we have Charlie, who is undoubtedly happy here. And if we didn't have Noyzi, I don't think we would have Charlie. So sometimes these things happen the way they're supposed to. It seems really shitty when it's going on. And without mentioning current events, that is what keeps me going every day, knowing that eventually this will all be in the past. And I'll either be here for it or I won't. But it will end someday. Someday it will be over and things will be better. It may take a while. It may take a long while. Although I really don't think so. It seems like it's getting more outrageous by the day. And usually with that, there comes a revolution. So hang on to that. Hang on to your hope. And remember, sometimes when something happens that's terrible, it leads to better things. And that is the point of this video. So thank you if you made it to the end. Thank you if you watched my pitiful attempt at a song. And I'll see you next time.